Hello, everyone. Today we'll be doing the compass test. We're going to read this before taking the test. Please note that this isn't a survey and these aren't questions. They're propositions. To question the logic of individual ones that irritate you is to miss the point. Some propositions are extreme and some are moderate. That's how you can show whether you lean towards extremism or moderation on the compass. Your responses should not be overthought. Some of them are intentionally vague. Their purpose is to trigger reactions in the mind, measuring feelings and prejudice rather than detailed opinions on policy. Okay, so these are just propositions. Just a few propositions to start with, concerning no less how you see the country and the world. Okay, if keep in mind this is from like a Catholic perspective. Um, so yeah, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporation. First of all, I don't really like the idea of economic globalization because, like, no part of globalization is a good thing. However, I guess if we were in a situation where it was like inevitable that it was going to happen no matter what I could say, I'd say it should primarily serve humanity rather than like transnational corporations. Like, problem is transnational corporations seem like they have like dual loyalty and you know like this whole like phrase does not have like a good connotation. So yes, strongly agree. And also it's humanity that we're protecting, so yeah, I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. um yes. Now I know some of you will be like, "Well, what you'd support your country whether it was right or wrong?" Yes, keep in mind it's saying my country. Now, if it said I'd always support my government whether it was right or wrong, I'd obviously say strongly disagree. However, your country is more than just the government. It's the culture. It's the people within it. It's the infrastructure. It's the environment. It's the everything about it. It's not just like, the government, right? There's a key difference between the word government and country. Nope, but yeah, I'm basically proud to be in. I'm proud of my country. I support it. Yeah, I love America. No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. No, I mean you can be proud of it. Just because you didn't pick that particular country doesn't mean you should doesn't mean you shouldn't be proud of it. I mean, I didn't pick to be I didn't pick to be more aligned with Catholicism, but I'm so proud that I'm aligned with Catholicism. So yeah, our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Yes, we also have many inferior qualities compared with other races, but yes, we do have superior qualities. We also have inferior qualities. And I kind of wish this said also said inferior qualities, because like this seems more like what like white supremacist or something. And like yeah, like I don't believe in like white supremacy at all, but I do think that there are superior qualities and inferior qualities compared with other races. I also don't believe in white inferiorism. Inferiorism. Anyways, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Not always. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Now, I don't think it's like always justified, but then again, it's more of a question: what is international law? Is it just like some law that the UN makes up? Yeah, is it like some law that the UN makes up? But yeah, I think in like general, like I think it is sometimes justified. Now I don't. Now you can go very extreme with that and say like, and it gets like a bit stupid as you get extreme with it. So yeah, I'm just going to do a slight agree. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Um, I mean, how do I answer this? This is actually a question that's got me stumped. Um, I mean, there's always been that fusion. I mean, since there's always been that fusion, that's not, you know, since there's always been that fusion, it's not as concerning now, so I guess strongly disagree. Next page. Now the economy. We're taking attitudes here, not the FTSE. I don't even know what that is. Stupid ad. Whatever. I don't know how to get this. No. Anyways, I'll just like leave that. Whatever. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. Yeah. You know, a lower class Canadian has more in common with a lower class Frenchman than say an upper class Canadian has with a lower class Canadian. So yeah. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I'm going to say disagree, just because both of these are important to control. Like none is better than the other. But if I say strongly disagree, I'm saying like this is more important than that. But I think they're both important. Think anything. Okay, I really need to stop asking that. Oh, it says close right here. But yeah, um, yeah, both of these are important to do. You need a stable economy, and you need people to work basically in your country. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. Yes, I mean, even if they were trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they would still require regulation on other means, right? Because corporations, can't get too powerful. Corporations sometimes need to get like regulated. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. I actually do not know what that really means. So I'm gonna have to search this up. Hold on a second. I know it's like a Marxist principle, but yeah, the principle refers to free access to and distribution that each individual is supposed to do. Oh, so it's basically like, yeah. I mean, I feel like is a fundamentally good idea. No, I feel like that's more of like a fundamental reality. Now, is it good that that people can't always like produce what they need to? So, I don't know. Like they don't need to produce this or something, but if they don't produce it, they still have needs that should be met. I mean, I don't know. I think I disagree. I think if you're a part of a society, you should contribute it. We You should contribute to it first, and we contribute to your needs then second. The freer the market, the freer the people. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess I'm a little okay with markets. Yeah, strongly agree. I'm not too. I'm like. I think obviously they should. A lot of markets should be regulated a lot. But I do, I guess, generally, I guess, believe in a free market. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. I mean, sorry, I really need to disable those notifications before recording videos. Whatever. So it's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. On one hand, not all drinking water is this way. Some come from tap, some come from the fountain. So, yeah, but also it is kind of sad that that it's now like bottled, branded. See, the cost of water is mostly based on the bottle instead of like the natural resource. I don't really know if like natural resources should really be on sale. So like because of that, and also like yeah, like dude, you're just in a sense you're also wasting plastic. So I'm gonna strongly agree with that. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I'm gonna put disagree only with the caveat that some lands shouldn't be bought and sold. Now, land in general should obviously be bought and sold. Obviously, like I mean, what else are you gonna do with it? But I do believe that some other lands probably should be like nationalized. Serve as like national parks and whatnot, and shouldn't be bought and sold, and should be like given to the government. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Yes, like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, like, the list goes on and on with like the flipping people, like Mark Zuckerberg. They manipulate money and like what good do they contribute to our society? Sure, they contribute stuff to our society, but like what good? Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I love me some tariffs, baby. Yes, protectionism is always necessary in trade. Always necessary. Sorry. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. No, they have other things to do, like, like praise God, you know, to, like, make sure the rights of workers are being, like, met, such as, like, vacation time, sick days, paid leave, paid maternal leave, so on. The rich are too highly taxed. I'm pretty sure, like, the rich pay 38% of the taxes in America. I think they should actually pay like 50%. And also, they're not really highly taxed because they always do those like weird loopholes and shit. I do wish loopholes were able to get closed, obviously, so they didn't do that shit. So I'm gonna have to strongly disagree. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. No, everyone should have high standards of medical care. Um, I don't think this is talking about um, plastic surgery or stuff like that. Like if you like a plastic surgery, I don't even know if plastic surgery should even be legal. But I guess like people should pay for plastic surgery. Like if you can't pay for it, well, fuck you. You can't pay for it. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Yeah, shouldn't be misleading the public. I don't think. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Yes. Yeah. They do. They just do. Like um, a free market does not need like like flipping predator multinationals. To like always create these big monopolies. So now a look at some of your personal social values. Nice. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. I mean, I wish it was. I mean, I'm no, yeah, I don't think it should be illegal, but I wish that wasn't like an option. I wish that couldn't even be think of as an option, but like sometimes a woman's got to do what a woman's got to do. Case of like rape, incest, threats to their life. Yeah, all authority should be questioned, not God's authority, not a general who's about to go to war authority. Like, when a general is like giving direct orders to a private while in brink of battle. I mean, that authority shouldn't be questioned. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. No, no, I don't really agree with that because, like, for example, if like say you rape a person, that doesn't mean you should get raped. That actually doesn't mean that. Like if you like what if you rob someone, we rob you of something. Like what? That makes no sense. If you commit tax fraud, we're gonna fraud you of like your what? Like what? Like no, that doesn't make sense. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. No, we need the arts. We need museums, theaters, cultural centers. Yeah, we need like, all that stuff. Sorry, quick water break. Anyways, schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Strongly disagree. Like you really need to go to school until like a certain age, probably 18, but like every kid needs to go to school. I'm highly like pro education. All people have right. All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Yes, because like I'm kind of like a. I think people should like stick with like their people. Like yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. I think that's like just simple fact. Another notification to close. Really hate that thing. Anyways, good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Strongly disagree. I mean, I could make a whole video about this. How like it's not good to spank your kids. But yeah, it's not a good thing. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. It's natural, but it's not necessarily like always good. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. I would put strongly disagree, but I could kind of be convinced on the marijuana question because I could be convinced on one way of it staying being legal, right? But that you had to put like excessive taxation on it. So I'm putting just a slight disagree. I'm not like, I'm still willing to compromise, obviously. That's not like that's not like a bread and butter issue that I'm gonna die over. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future. Oh my gosh. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Strongly disagree. The prime responsibility should have they should love God. They should, be educated, be moral, be righteous, be all of this stuff. It's not just to like, get a paycheck and work. Obviously, working and paycheck are also important, and like kids should also do that when they're older, obviously, like 16, 17, 18, adult age. But yeah, people with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. I mean, I'm not like too like I support sort of like a soft. Oh my fucking gosh! I support sort of a soft eugenics policy, not like a full on. You know, I just simply believe like yeah, like there are certain people like say your parents committed incest. I don't think you should be having a child. Like seriously, like if your parents are brother and sister, should you really be having a child? Probably not. Probably not. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Now there's other important matters for them to learn. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. Uh, I mean, no. I mean, there are savage cultures and there are civilized cultures. So, yeah. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Yeah, like facts, like that is correct. If you are freeloading, you should not expect like the support of people. Um, like just yeah, if you don't work, don't expect to reap the benefits of anything. When you are troubled, it is better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. I mean, a slight agree. I think if you're troubled, if it's like something that is in your control, think about it. Obviously, think of how to you know stop that troubled thing. But if it's not in your control, why think about it? I mean, I'm sad that people that some people still eat pig. Now, am I gonna whine about that and cry and be like, no, obviously not, because I can't stop people from doing that. They just have to come up with it on their own decision. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. I strongly disagree. Some immigrants can actually be fully integrated within their new country. Say you moved to here when you're 3. I mean, you can be probably fully integrated within that country. Say you're a Swedish person moving to Germany or something, and you're 3. You're probably gonna be you're probably gonna be integrated into German culture a lot. Not, I don't know about fully, but it's a lot passes the mark. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for us. Now, no broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public money. Um, yeah, our civil liberties are being. And how you see the wider society. Nice, nice, nice. And how are you closest? Anyways, our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Um, are they? Um, I mean, in many ways, yeah, I guess. I mean, a slight degree. I do think a lot of counterterrorism is good, but I mean, yeah, in some ways it is kind of, destroying it. Significant advantage of a one party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Before that answer, Before I answer that, water break number 2. A significant advantage. Oh, so um, uh, a significant. I should read this again. A significant advantage of a one party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Strongly disagree, I think, because, I mean, there should be, sometimes that progress is good, you know. I mean, actually, maybe like a slight degree, yeah. I mean, yeah, it does that, but at some sense, that's a little good, but not totally awesome. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Kind of true. Yeah, if you're not committing a crime, you should probably be worried a little bit, but not too hyperly worried. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Yes. In a civilized society, one must always have people to boot. Yep, I believe in hierarchy. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Yep. If it's like one of those funky creations, shouldn't be considered art. Criminal justice punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. It honestly depends on the stage of criminal justice. If, say, you're getting arrested or something. Punishment should be more important than that, but as like time goes on, rehabilitation should be like the end all be all. So I think I'm gonna do disagree as in like punishment and rehabilitation are like equal are important for their times basically. I don't believe one is more important than the other. Sadly, you can't put an option for that, so I'm just going to put it like how it is. It is a waste of time to rehabilitate some criminals. Yes, it actually is. That's why we have like prison for life prison sentences, and that's why we also sometimes, in rare cases, sentence people to death. The business person and manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Disagree. All four of these things are important, or people actually are important. There's no like one that's better than the other. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. I'm actually fine with women having careers, like well, more specifically mothers, like. But in many ways, in many ways, I think men should be the main. I mean, husbands should be the main breadwinners. If a woman has a career, if a mother has a career, I think it should be like blogging or like, running a mom and pop business. It shouldn't be like anything like hard labor, like what men have to deal with or fathers have to deal with. I really need to, whatever. Because I always say women or something, but I mean mothers, and I always say men when I mean fathers. Should I just say men or what? I don't know. Almost all politicians. Is this like a new question? I did not know. I did not know this compass had an update. That's really interesting. Huh. Anyways, almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is different. What is this question? Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental. We should heed it. Well, what's heed? Def. We should pay attention. Like, yeah, we should like be take notice of. Well, we should take notice of the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. Um, yeah, we should pay attention to that. Yeah, making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. I disagree because in many ways it depends on like what establishment we're talking about. Astrology Act. Okay, if you got through that, okay, you'll find these proper decisions on religion a breeze. Astrology actually explains many things. I mean, I do think that can be true. Obviously, you probably should have looked into it because it's like fucking evil and shit. But like, I mean, it actually explains many things. You cannot be moral without being religious. Yeah, I mean, like if you're not religious, where do you get your fucking morality from? Yeah, who says murder isn't wrong? Water Break 3 guys. Yeah, who says like you get anything from like your religion? No, sorry. Who says that? Who says what is moral if you're not religious? Like, do you make that thing? It's just subjective. It's just subjectiveness. But if you have a religion, it's more objective. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Well, look, charity is a choice. Social security is a requirement. I feel like social security is better because like it's required, but obviously I think charity is important. Some people are naturally unlucky. No, I don't think that. Um, guys, we're gonna stop this recording. We'll do part two